Good morning, everybody. Why is it that we feel the need to apologise for things that we don't actually need to apologise for? Kind of find it quite common that people will apologise for something that they don't need to apologise for. Like, even if they're writing a post, they will apologise before they've even started the post. They will apologise because they're feeling they're on a rough day. They're apologising because someone's walked out in front of them when they're in a wheelchair, or they've got a walking stick or a frame, when really it should be the other person that is apologising to you, not the other way round. We've got just as much right to be out and about without people having to walk in front of us when they can clearly see a wheelchair. Or do people just have blinkers on and not see it? I get this happen quite a lot actually when I'm in the wheelchair. People will just walk right into you, or they'll bang into you and things, and you're like, well, why can't you see the wheelchair? Do you just not look where you're going? And it can be really sore, especially if you're in pain already and then somebody walks into you and you've suddenly got to stop. Or the best one is when you're standing and a complete stranger comes and just holds on to the back of the wheelchair because they're in a queue beside you. It's not a leaning post. It's there to help me get about, or to help someone else get about, not a leaning post for you. Think about other people when you're walking past and you see them with a walking aid or in a wheelchair. It's a struggle. And see when people say, oh, it must be good to be in a wheelchair, you've constantly got a seat, you don't have to walk. How I wish I could be walking. Do you know how sore it gets being in a wheelchair for a certain amount of time? It's sore. It's not nice. Especially when you're shopping and you can't reach what you're wanting because you're in a wheelchair and everything's high up on the top shelves. They don't think. Like, I've not had very many trouble on trains and things like that with my wheelchair. But you do get them. You get ones, like lately, there was someone, and the train overbooked all the wheelchair spaces. Now, this is what angered me, because the person who could walk short distances, very short distances, but was in so much pain after being out for the day, had to get up, fold the wheelchair and try and walk down the carriage of the train to get a seat, while having spasms and in pain, sorry, the little one's now moaning, to find a seat. That's unacceptable. The trains company or buses, whatever, should not be having to do this to people. We've got just as much right to get space. You shouldn't be overbooking. Right? If you've booked a wheelchair space and you should be guaranteed that space, you shouldn't be made to fold up your chair. It's not a pram. It's something that you need. It's something that you need to get about. So why should you have to fold up your chair because the company's done wrong? The same with buses. People are refused onto buses because there's prams on there. Now in Scotland, by law, if you've got a pram and a wheelchair user needs to go on the bus, you should fold up your pram or your buggy. Now I have a baby, I have a 7-month-old, but I would still fold up the pram and put it away and hold the baby while I'm in the wheelchair if a wheelchair needed to come on. And there's so much things out there that people just don't think. Like, again, there's another one. You're in a wheelchair, and if you're with someone, they'll speak to the person that you're with rather than speak to you. Sorry, messy hair day, don't care. Just because we're in a wheelchair doesn't mean you can't communicate with us. If you want to ask something about us, ask us, not the person that we're with. Just because we're with someone doesn't mean that we can't talk. I mean, sometimes I lose my voice, but I'm there, I'm still a person. So is everybody else. Just because we have the condition doesn't mean we're invisible. We're not invisible. So why do we get treated like we are? It's ridiculous, it really is. But that's why we're working on helping raise awareness and to get the message out there that, we're here. We need to vent at times because we get treated like crap. But we're not going to stand for it. No, we're not. So, next time, if you're watching this and you don't have F.N.D. or, you're able to walk, next time you see someone in a wheelchair, go and take a little think of just how hard that is actually being in a wheelchair. Because I've seen me being in the wheelchair and being out for the day and having to get home and having to get help out of the wheelchair because I am that sore, because it hurts. And then when you've got people banging into you and stuff like that, it hurts even more. So take a think about how that person in the wheelchair feels. So when you say, oh, you're so lucky to have a wheelchair, oh, you're so lucky you've got a seat constantly, you know what we're really thinking? I wish I could be walking. I wish I wasn't in a wheelchair. It's so hard. It really is. So just a little thought. Maybe try to take it a little bit more consideration for people that needs walking aids, that's in a wheelchair. Not every condition is visible. So think of others. I love I love the one, treat others how you would like to be treated. It's one thing that I really love. Treat others how you would like to be treated. And we're not getting treated like how everybody would be treated. So it's time that we stood up. It's time that we got everybody listening. And it's time that we didn't have to go by the stigmas and hearing all those things. It's ridiculous. It really is. It's hurtful. It makes us feel like a burden at times. F.N.D. sucks. But we can get on with it. Right? We were given it. We've got to live it. So please don't make it harder on us. Please don't make it harder on us. That's all I've got to say. Thanks. Bye.